So he has started.
Yeah, okay, then you start.
Yes, yes, sir, yes. Good evening, one and all. I am Himani Dabale, and as a convener, I welcome you all on the behalf of Microbiology Society India. In today's session, we are going to focus on a very interesting topic, that is AI and microbiology. To learn in detail, let me welcome our speaker for today's session, Mrs. Sarita Wagmare ma'am, ME Computer Science, Data Engineer, Accenture Private Limited, Pune. Mrs. Sarita ma'am did a diploma in computer in 2009, following BE in computer science in 2012. In 2013, she did a diploma in web technology, and in 2016, she completed her ME in computer science from Pune University. Sarita ma'am has a great experiences as a production support engineer. She also has good experience in L1 support, and thus I request Mrs. Sarita Wagmare ma'am to please proceed with today's session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank you, President of the Microbiology Society, Deshmukh sir, as he has invited for this. This is a really a great opportunity to means coordinations with the different ends of means as there is this is we can say the combinations of AI and the microbiology. Okay, so first of all, so my goal of this lecture is to align the alignment of the computer or the AI technology with the microbiology. I have the less knowledge of the microbiology even, so I would like to be how could we do the combinations and how can we start the microbiology for the AI. So I will share my screen and we'll start for my lecture. Just okay.
Ma'am, the screen is visible.
Okay, thank you so much. So my name is Sarita Shivaji Wagmare. Actually, I am working in Accenture as a data engineer, where my specialization in the governance sector of a data. Currently, we are using here the artificial intelligence for the governance. So this is only due to my personal interest. I would like means I am learning some DNA as a storage for my own interest, and where I'm going through the microbiologist means terms. So this so I will continue with my lecture now. Okay, so now even there is a means we can say a huge amount of data and everything is going on, and AI is a very famous terms in a recent era. All the means whenever we are talking any technologies, there is only the word we can hear, the artificial intelligence. Basically, going towards the artificial intelligence, I would like to be a focus on a natural intelligence, because the natural intelligence is one of the great miss. The natural intelligence is the father of the AI. I would like to say like this, because even though we are getting the means we are finding the our future in AI. So base is a natural intelligence, because all the terms and the terminologies that is used inside the AI, that is nothing but from the microbiology or from the basic science itself. As we know, the human intelligence has a very high means value. Even the genius instance, Einstein has used only the 2% brain capacity and do the lot of even different kind of the researches and that things. Means the brain has a huge and tremendous capacity. Now we are using this means we want to utilize this brain with the help of the technology, or we want to be a um, we want to be a technology react as an our natural intelligence. So now the father of the means father of artificial intelligence is Jeffrey Hilton. So he means he is want to a study on natural intelligence basically. His area is for that. But when he has want to search at that time, he is means he got new things that can we use or elaborate the natural intelligence for the with respect to the technology, so that the technology can react as a human, and it will be the helpful to the growth in different sectors. And really nowadays we miss as we have know, there is a lot of tools where we are using the AI. So basic I would like to means first from basic itself, what is a artificial intelligence? Okay, when we want to be a we want means we want when our requirement is that the technique should behave as a human. When if means to fulfill this requirement, we have some algorithms and the functions. By combining these two approach, we are going to create a artificial intelligence. So now, if you see, there is a different means suppose there is a where exactly means we can say it is as a generalized learning. So generalized learning is a must. Means we want, suppose for an example, we are developed a robot and we want a robot should be a behave like a human. Means he should be a think, he should predict, and he can make a decisions, or means robot has to give the decisions with the respect to the appropriate situations. So that is nothing but a generalized learning. So it should be the expected, we are expecting the robot should be a or should give a decision as a human. Now a reasoning, second is a reasoning. With respect to the reasoning, I would like to say, if there is a means if there is a different ways and different ways, and we want to be a select appropriate or the perfect depending on the circumstances or the situations, at the time to select that particular, as the human can select this is a good, this is bad, they are otherwise I would like to go using this path because it will be the easy. Same thing we are expecting from the artificial intelligence, from the technology. So that is the reasoning capacity. Then a problem solving ability. Suppose if whenever we are facing any issue, so to overcome that issue, we want a something help so that we can cross that things. So that is nothing but a problem solving ability or the capacity of the artificial intelligence. So the artificial work as with the combination of the generalized learning, reasoning, and the problem solving. So in if you see this three of the terms we are means we are using in day-to-day activities. Same things we are expecting from our technology. So that is nothing but a artificial intelligence. So inside the artificial intelligence, we have a different terminologies. I will explain some basic terminologies, that is weak AI and the strong AI. So here, suppose we have given in now, even though we have saying the chat GPT is given a lot of information to us, that information is given by us only, or it is a combination of the information given to the system by the different peoples. The chat GPT is combining and providing. When we are expecting from the AI for the only single product, or it will be a work for only single product, so that can be the weak AI. The strong AI is nothing but the he or means the whenever the AI the predict or give the solutions with a respect to the human brains using the neural network. At that time we can say a strong AI, or it has a capacity of the working with a different platform. At that time it can be a strong AI. Now, coming back to the different terminologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and deep learning. So these are the before. Okay, so if you see here, here is a diagram. If you see, means if you consider this diagram as a Venn diagram, so biggest term is a artificial intelligence, and then ML is nothing but a machine learning, and DL is nothing but a deep learning. The machine learning is a part of the artificial intelligence, and the deep learning is a part of the machine learning. So now I will explain what exactly the difference between the artificial intelligence, machine, and the deep learning. So now overall terminology, overall means whatever the means with a super AI means whatever the same capacity like a human is a artificial intelligence. Suppose I have given some data. I already have some given a data. If you say at the right side, there is one input has given, then algorithm, and then a predictions are there. If I given a pictures of a cat, and then I given this as an input. If we are for our analysis purpose, we are given the another picture of a cat, and then that means images are going to be a match, and we want to be a predict that this is a cat only. So that time means whatever the information or output we are getting with a respect to the input, that is nothing but a machine learning. We are processing a data like this. But in the case of the deep learning, it is like our neural network. Means the neural network has a capacity, means need to be a search as in a human brain. He will identify the means the neural sorry, it will identify the features as well. Then it will search through the networks, and then only it will predict. Means that the searching through the different network and the predictions and making a decisions. So that is a deep learning. Deep learning has a more capacity. Means it is a very specific towards that. So that improvement in the deep learning because it is work like a human brain. After that, what required for the predictions means even we are saying that the AI is the greatest or the AI is the most powerful. The things AI is used for the predictions, it is only given by us. Suppose there is, means if you see here two pictures, a tomato and a cherry. Now, if I want a prediction, I want to give input for that. So whatever that input we are need to go. So these are means the for the suppose microbiologists are there, they need to give the input. Suppose there are medical research students are there, they needs to give the input. Then only the end user can use it. So with respect to the governance, if I want to be a automations of a different terminology, I need to the give the input or that because then and then only I need to provide the features. Then and then only it will predict. So with respect to this example, I give a size and the type of state. So I will provide that images. I will provide the minimum, maximum lengths, everything, so that when the input come by the end user means the user who are using the AI tools. So so he can get the exact information. No, this is the image of cherry or this is a tomato. Why? Because we already has given this input or the features to the system. So deep learning is that suppose means if I give a basket and there is a lot of objects are available. Objects here with respect to the tomato and cherries and for an example. So I just want to distinguish that. Now the means AI should be, or the deep learning uses a different algorithms. On the basis of the input and the algorithm design, he will capture the size, again the features utilize, and it make a decision. Okay, this is a basically a number of tomatoes, and these are the cherries. So neural network is work with a like a human brain completely because it will think that there is a multiple things and I want to exact decision with respect to the it will go across the various features or the various means input and then only select a single or the majority wise it will select that. If you see then how the neural networks into means suppose we have means if you see the human has a tendency anything we are doing by us manually, we have a different means thinking abilities, we have different writing skills, we have uh, different speaking means we have various of voices and everything, we have a uniqueness. We that means there is a lot of things are a different means it will differentiate between different features. Here I have given one example. Suppose children have means needs to write 9 number, so every children has written in their own ways. So they are right means they're because they have a different skills of writing. Yeah. So, but how can then we predict by the AI that this digit will be a 9 only? I need to provide with, I mean, suppose as an a data engineer, I need to provide this term. See, this digit might be right in this different ways, and then in background, how I mean, I will show how it will happen. Suppose at right side, sorry, at left side, I have shown one number 9, where the pixel get distributed. So now I will provide the 9-digit image and will say wherever that pixel get activated, we need to capture. Suppose one student has written a number 9, will means we can highlight that pixels. Then we will take a second means we will take a second image. We will say now that time different pixels get highlighted. Means we are capturing where exactly the pixel highlighted. We are keeping this design in the back end so that after the getting the formations of that activations of the pictures, we can easily identify that. So there is a various numbers or channels for this, or as there is a different number of the inputs, so it will be a in a inputs are there. If you see here, there is x1 x2 as a, so that is a different range of the inputs. So we are internally capturing that with a different layers. Why there is multiple layers? Because there that much of the inputs we are providing. And after the means activation means output layer is there, which number will highlight for which pixel, and then using the activation function is used with respect to the algorithm, and it will help us to predict the particular answer with means same as a human. So now when I want to start a study of AI, see, the is even there is a lot of streams currently using the AI terminologies. There needs to be aligned with the technology. This is a fix. Why? Because if I want to write a code, or if I want with means suppose I know I have the knowledge of a DNA, and I want to be a use as a for a storage. First thing is that I know means I should know the how that a disease sequence should be analyzed. How should I get or captures that images? So for that I have a knowledge of a computer. So it is not like that the AI is means of a computer knowledge. With respect to the everyone's academic knowledge, we need to be aligned with the languages. So currently there is a lot of languages, the Python, sorry, R, Perl, Ruby, Java, C++, also more languages. But Python has a means Python is a great means having a huge amount of libraries with respect to the means bioinformatics. So it is always a good preference to use a Python for the learning artificial intelligence. So the tools, as I have given here, the tools are different tools. These tools are means BioPython, Pymon, then Biscuit, then Skittle, NumPy, and the MATLAB. These all the tools are used for the analyzing the sequencing of the microbiological terms, then the visualizations, then it because once we are able to analyze our sequencing and that disorder inside the suppose in the protein or the inside the DNA, we it will be the easy to find out the means it will be the easy to find out the drugs discoveries. Then for the personalized means currently there is personalized medicines are here was means it is a famous topic that instead of giving a single means tablet for common tablet to all, we are now means analyzing the structure of our DNAs, and accordingly we are designing the things. So for this, the tools are really helpful. So for the to be specific with the libraries, Python libraries for the bioinformatics. So the these are the libraries where we need to capture the code. We need to learn the code of that. The learning means all these materials are already available on YouTube's and the means on Google, even the ChatGPT also present. But this for that we need to be learn libraries for that. Suppose I want a data manipulations and data analyzing. So pandas, numpy, then then a uh, numpy will be the useful for that, so that we can analyze data with respect to the different stream. Like for the microbiology, you have the data with respect to the DNA sequencing. So we can analyze that, and depending on that we can going ahead we can take a decisions. Then data visualization, suppose different pictures are there with respect to the with respect to the medical, then we can visualize that data, and by identifying of data we can identify the diseases as well. So we then bioinformatics specifics are there. These are nothing but libraries that really useful for the means useful for to learn or align the AI with the microbiology. Now the currently there is means in the law in a different areas we are using the AI, like the for the work on a drug discovery, so that it will be the easy. And miss the main factor is that the manual work is also miss it's having a efforts. It is also consumer time. But the thing is that suppose there is a emergencies, or means if the diseases means where the organisms are increasing fastly, at that time the need is that we need to be identified as early as possible, so that it will be the useful for the human. So to check this means if you want to prevent, or if you want to identify within a less amount of time, then really the AI will be helpful for that. So for the diagnosis, then for the to study the microbiology genomes of the for my means I would like means I have the less knowledge of the microbiology terms, but I can say how means these are the applications where AI is currently working very fastly. So that means suppose with respect to the to identifying the sequencing, at that time I want to be a find out, then the Python code I have one design. So if there is chance to next, I will demo for that as well. How we are going using the Python code, how we are capturing that sequencing. Already data is available, only need to be identified, and how this can be used for with respect to the DNA as a storage, because the pen drive has a less very means pen drive's life is very less. If we say our DNA life is very high, so we can use that terminology with respect, so that it will be a increase to store our data, and it will be useful for our means all the sectors. Again, if I see here the application, like currently medicines one treatment fits follow now, but means recent studies going on for the personalized diagnosis, so that everyone means to identifying the everyone's body structure, and we can find out the means we can find out the diseases, and to give the personalized we can diagnosis personally. So that will be really helpful. So in the means microbial identification and the classifications, we are AI means machine learning algorithms is used to analyze the microbiological data and accurate identification of the microfood from the clinical sample such as blood, urine, and the sputum. The AI can help the rapidly distinguish between the different type of the bacteria, viruses, fungi, then parasites based on a genetic and the means see whatever the basic terms of the microbiology we can identify or we can diagnose with the help of the AI as early as means as early as possible. Then as I already mentioned regarding the DNA sequencing analysis, because this code I used recently, that's why I have means knowledge for this, where I am finding the ATCC sequencing and how we can store means how in the back end how we can use that sequencing for the storing the informations. Then antibiotic resistance predictions to for the predictions as well by taking the samples of different means different combinations we can find out the or we can means we can find out the antibiotic means we can suggest the medicines or we can diagnose with respect to the resistance predictions. Now the same thing that the drugs discovery and the vaccination development with the help of as AI has a working continuously, yeah, it's means 24 by 7 support by the AI, so we can discover it as a we can fastly also there is a it will be helpful for our vaccination development. Then the virtual screening also. So for the means for the there is a different chemical libraries where we can effectively find out the or effectively find out the microbial growth and the we can predict using a less amount of time. The pros of AI, as the AI is definitely the AI is depending on a natural intelligence, but the AI, even we can say the AI is a faster. AI do not have means AI has a efficiency of automations. Suppose that manually if any task is completed by 15 days, it will be within a minutes or within hour we can find out the things. So means it has due to these automations we can find things in a less amount of a time. Then a data analysis and the insights means as the people's means as we are collect for the AI predictions, we are already given a lot of data to the system, and due to those various inputs we it is really easy because we have a large data set and the patterns for the predictions, and we want to be a find out means we can easily analyze that, and we can means reach till the end, or we can analyze it easily as then improved healthcare. If the any patients got means identification or the treatment within less amount of time, it will be a really helpful for the healthcare because we can help to that patient as early stages. So that if we take the example of cancers, so if it is a means we can find the reason and we can treatment it on early stage, it will be a really helpful for to avoid means any danger situations with that humans. So AI is one means as we know it's a machine totally a machine based. It will never stop. That's why its support is a 24 by 7 ability. So we can use this capacity if there is a load of means if we want to be a means if you have the load for the system, even if the humans get tired, we means obviously we are the means we have means our sleep, everything we need to be maintained. Yeah, I don't want that. AI can work continuously. Enhancement of the human capability, definitely. If we someone if there is something to help to increase our increase for the analysis everything, it will be enhanced in the human capability. Means we are using the knowledge of the human itself, but we are making a faster with the help of technology. So that these all are the means pros of AI. Now, with respect to the means disadvantages of AI, means before that, I would request that suppose suppose okay, even we are means we are really means AI is a good, or it is a increasing day by day. There is a lot of tools available. Everything is fine. But when the things are not a good and bad at all, the how we are going to use that, this is really a this will be a really matters. Due to this AI, what happening, wherever the manual task is going on, it will be a get reduced. That's why what happening, the job displacement is happening. So we want to be why there is 100 people are working. If the system, if single chip is working for the 100 people, I want to reduce that. So ultimately, it is also disadvantages for us only. So now, then privacy and the security concerns. As we are providing our own data to analysis, so that will be definitely the harmful for our privacy and the security. Because if I suppose somebody has a cancer and so anyone can misuse that data, then if we are giving our, or it is really harmful for the country's data for use inside the wars as well, we can use that. Means this is a privacy and the security concerns for that. The lack of the transparency and accountability. As the for to predictions, we have provide the different features. We are providing the features is nothing but we are providing the input. So sometimes if using the if we take the consideration of a deep learning is taking input from the various ways from the issue. There is a lot of means, there is a biggest network of input. So it is like a black box only. We can't predict from where exactly it is happening, or from where it is taking a decisions. So that is like a black hole only. And sometimes might be happen if there is a negative things are majorly happens, then negative decisions or the outcomes also will generate, because it is ultimately the technology don't have the emotions as a human has the emotions. So when if inside the network itself, if anything going in or the increase in the decisions or the input in bad things, it will ultimately the come as an output as well. So that we need to be a take care. Then dependency and the de-skilling. This is a major. Suppose I want to be a this type one later. So everyone is just opening the chat GPT and finding the formats. So we are stuck in, means we are not using our own brains. So what we are doing, even the AI is developed by the natural intelligence. Now the natural intelligence is slow, means working slowly, because we are totally dependent on chat GPT. So how can we activate ourselves cells of brains? We are means we are only the responsible for the sticking inside, means to stuck our brain. So we are de-skilling ourselves. Then the ethical concern obviously means, uh, suppose if means Tesla has developed one car, okay, self-driving car. So what happen if there is some major defect happen inside that, whether that car will think I will means when I crash somebody will die. This means as it is a after all it is a technology, it can't means think accordingly, and it can prevent us. So whenever we are enhancing these things, we need or we take care for the means we are obviously need to be take a safety of that. So that how can I utilize, where exactly I need to utilize this thing, means we are making AI powerful. And this is a means the if the AI makes powerful, we are de-skilling, we are it will be the harm for us also. So means the things we need to be in a means now yeah, means different companies are thinking for that, for the safety of the safety features of AI. They want to be use a technology with some safety. Otherwise, it will be a dangerous for all. So now the limitations of AI, as there is for with respect to the input, we have a huge amount of data. If I want to handle this data, huge amount of data, definitely means, and depending on the data, we need a predictions. As we can see, if any single decision, human brains are working differently. Their thinking powers are differently. So the obviously the combinations, input, everything is different, and this is the various. So now, if I want to manage this lot of data, there should be the powerful CPUs, and this will be a limitations to design that CPUs. We have a limitations of a cost, then computational power. So everything is a, so first is a data. How means we can handle the data that much. For that, we need a CPU. And to increase the capacity of the CPU, definitely the cost, everything will be a need to manage. Then second is that a computational power. The same, I think, as the same as I mentioned, we need to be the graphical processing and the CPU central processing increase. Then and then only we can manage this tremendous. And then the artificial intelligence will work as a human. Also the training time. If you see, if in morning, if you check the list of the tools of AI, and at afternoon, you can you may say there is a variations, number of increasing in a tool. Suppose chat GPT is really a common now. There is a Flow, DeepSeek, OpenAI, then the IBM Watson. So many tools are available. So means as there is so many tools available, training time is also less. We cannot learn these things. Even it might be happens, the tools are there. Only due to the lagging of knowledge, we cannot utilize that proper tool at a proper time. So that is the limitations for us. Then the most important factor is the AI's impact on the environment. The father of AI, Jeffrey, also quits IBM. So while the means from IBM, he mentioned that even the AI is good for the industry purpose, for the healthcare purpose. It will be also a law, do a loss of a human, because see, if I want to use machines, if I want to increase the capacity to manage that much data, I want a servers. Somewhere the server is a hardware only. If I want to arrange that server, or suppose I kept a server in a room, then it will increase the energy with respect to the heat as well, the energy, electrical energy, to maintain that or to slow means. So we need to be a cooling system. For that cooling system, we require the water. That water we cannot use from the oceans. It should be our daily use waters. So the if I want to cool the means to maintain this everything in maintenance of that server, I'll require the more water for that. So ultimately, what happening? The whatever the means environmentally also AI is affecting that things, because the energy or the hits we need to be maintained. For that, we are using the material from our nature itself. So it might be happen as the use going ahead is a tremendous. We need to utilize our resources as well, and that utilize that resources is really our day-to-day activities. Means elements are like water we need to maintain. So majorly we need to be a thing for that. Then with respect to the career aspect of AI, there is a different roles available for the different industries. So AI research scientists, because this means there are lot of opportunities for the students as well as for the researcher for this field. Only means suppose the means the streaming of a different means what happening if we ask to somebody what you want to be, so they will immediately say, I want to be learn AI. But it is not like that. The thing is that we have a knowledge of 90% knowledge of our own stream, and the 5% knowledge of AI, that will be sufficient, because the person having only AI knowledge cannot do a research. We want to be aligned with the life science. So it is really a nice that all peoples, you are all from the microbiology, there is a great chance to enhance the skill set for the AI. So AI research scientists, these are mentioned here a profile. Then a bioinformatics specialist. Then the data analyst, because we using this, if the somebody having a background knowledge or the basic knowledge of the stream, it can be used analyze a data. The computer person cannot align to that, means because the basic terms are not clear for that person. Then the clinical microbiologist, AI driven drugs discovery specialist are there, AI software engineer in a microbiology. Then and the same now, before that, what happening, the IT sectors having a peoples of only the engineers, that the technological peoples. Nowadays it's not like that. They are means they are means a company are leading to change, means they are leading for the AI with the different streams. They want to be use AI for the microbiology, they want for the medical stream, pharmacist, agriculture, everything, for the every different sector. So for that sector, they want people from the different backgrounds. As we can see here, the Tata means TCS, Infosys, then the Stand Life Science, Wipro. So all these companies, whatever I mentioned, they are basically focusing for the genomics, proteomics, and the drug commonly drugs discovery. So these are the major means common applications they are doing. And really, these are the means the future, means it is not a future; it is present only. Means the student has a great opportunity. They just need to be aligned with some terminologies of AI and our then basic knowledge. So it will be a really helpful for them. So I use these resources while I'm doing a preparations for the means AI and the microbiology. So thank you. So my major goal is that means before the end to my lecture, I would like to say, as means even though we have a great opportunity for the research, we have great opportunity to learn, we have the great opportunity to the doing a research. With respect to the life science, we always need to be a think with the aspect of the humanities, and we need to be use this AI technology for the benefit only, instead of it should not be a cause harmful for us. So thank you. Yeah, Himani.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Any questions from the participants are welcome now. Ma'am, there are some questions from in the chat box. I'll tell you. Would you please answer them?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, ma'am. There is this first question. Ma'am, how much should be the size of our data set? What could be the problems of using small size data sets for biomarker identification for a disease? For example, regional bias, etc.
Okay, so with respect to of these questions, means sorry for that. Means I whenever means I cannot exactly answer for these questions because I have the less amount of knowledge of with respect to the biology. So, but I can take this and will answer towards the Himani afterwards by searching it.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. The next question is, ma'am, are there real humans that monitor and control what ChatGPT is receiving and how it is responding? Many people have to do this monitoring work continuously.
Yeah, this I can answer for this question. Okay, so see, we cannot now means as we cannot control the chat gpt now, because whatever the chat gpt is taking a data, it will be from a different server sites, and it is a given by, see what happening, suppose I ask one question to the google that please give the name of different scientists. What happened there is means before this different links are available. These links back at a back end, these are from the different server sites. Now what the chat GPT is doing, it is a searching from the different side and it's combining appropriately and given that data only. So we can means we instead of we are saying to controlling, we can control to give the inputs to the system. That is in our hand.
Thank you, ma'am. And one more last question. Ma'am, how can we use AI in thesis writing?
Sorry, come again. Thesis writing. Okay.
How can we use? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, this is really a nice question because uh, actually, okay, there is a Draw.io is one of the software, okay, where suppose I want to be a means for the thesis writing, okay, for when I want to design a diagrams, we can use a Draw.io. Also, Flow is one of the tools, AI tool, where we need to provide our input and it will generate the process of that. And with respect to the thesis writing, we have a one tool of AI. Just a minute. Okay, so the chat GPT also a co-pilot is one of the tool. It will be aligned it will be a format and also corrections and format. But what happening? Even though they are providing the outputs or for the thesis writing, we can check the cross check with that. Or if I want to a literature survey for that, so I can give the input appropriate prompt to the co-pilot and ask I want the literature surveys based on ontology. So it will provide us information appropriate. So we can use this different terminologies as well. It will be, but the whenever it is not a fix that whatever the input or output is we are getting, we need to be also cross checks. Sometimes it happens the input will means input will not means given by them and it will not be a means exactly correct also. So we have to be have it to cross verify with our technologies as well. So for the thesis is important things. Means you are going to be a present going ahead. So the co-pilot is a best tool. ChatGPT is also ChatGPT is anyhow given a basic information. Draw.io is also, but we need to be a cross verify for that.
Madam,
Yes.
you are saying the co-pilot is there, but how the co-pilot will help in interpretation of the data and also in discussion? Because in thesis writing, we have to add more discussion that is very supportive, or you have to give the references, back references. How it is possible for the co-pilot to add the what is in our mind?
Okay, definitely. So for that, we need to be correct our prompt while we are asking, we need to be appropriately. That's why means even means if the prompt is accurately we are giving. I want suppose I take example of ontology. I want a technology means if I want a means a literature survey. Again, I will say the literature survey of the different techniques of the ontology. I need to give the prompt like that. Kindly provide the various types of the ontology techniques and the research. Means there is an one more stream that is prompt engineering. Whatever we are appropriately give, it will be answer for that. Definitely, it will be useful. Because the major role of asking as well. If we are giving a prompt general, the general information will come out. If we having a give in a specific way, it will definitely answer for that. Because ultimately what they are doing, already the research paper, either it is published in a different journals, they are back end this all the data either in structured or unstructured way, they are in a combine. And whatever the co-pilot is doing, it will fetching that data and will be given in a single format. So it will really help. We need to be a specific prompt for that.
One more question, ma'am. How is AI currently being used in microbiology labs?
Okay, for the for the lab, as I already mentioned that for the identifying of a DNA sequence, identifying of the DNA sequencing, it will be then for the drugs discovery, and there is also the means we for identifying the my means what we can say if I want means if I want to be a check with different formations inside the body, that will be, and then AI can help us using the different tools.
Thank you, ma'am. And one more question, ma'am, how to learn AI prompt?
AI prompt is basically a smartness of asking of questions. Okay, so if suppose a simple thing is that I want to be a even I want to create one article. Okay, if I ask I want article on a, for the child. Suppose I mention there I want article for a girl. Means as per my requirement, I need to be a specifically asked. That is the things we are improving our prompt. For the prompt, we need to be asked using the our word dictionary to be specific. It will answer.
Thank you, ma'am. Any more questions from the participant side?
I think Nagrani has she has raised hand.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, madam. It's a very interesting topic that is being discussed, and I was a bit curious when you are talking about, at the end, pros and cons of AI, right? So in that pros, I think we mentioned somewhere like AI is there 24/7, where humans are not able to do that kind of work, right? So I was curious to know when AI is operating, when we are using AI, that time we are only giving the commands, then we only have to be 24/7 available along with AI, or we can sleep and AI will be working.
Okay, that's yeah, it's
We
correct.
will
Only
only have
we
to sit and operate. We only have to sit and operate the AI to do that no work. We have to give the command and then it will be doing. So how a human can take a break at that time, I was just a little bit curious. Maybe I misunderstood or something.
no, I will explain definitely. Your question is correct only, ma'am. I will explain. Suppose I have created a robot. Okay. Till a creations, I have means there is my major role. Once I created the robot, I have given instructions to the robot. Then my work means I need to be a stop there. Whatever the capacity I have given to the robot, whatever the instruction I have given to the robot, obviously robot will work accordingly. So at that time, it means if means as we are humans, we need to be a take a rest everything because it is a natural day-to-day activities of ours. But for the AI, whatever the CPU capacity, energy of the electrical, it is sufficient and it will work for the 24/7. So at that time, our interruptions or means we need not to be there to do the things. So robot is sufficient to do that work. So that's why I mentioned that the robot can work for 24/7. As we are humans, we have some limitations like this. Is it clear?
There are no chances of making any mistakes by the robots, like suppose ChatGPT or Copilot, when you are talking, it is also one kind of AI only that we are using. When we give certain commands and outputs also come out. However, there are no many times we find it's not an accurate information it provides. However, we understand ki, okay, this is what it is. There are certain errors that we need to get corrected.
Exactly. Okay, I will
So
give
to
one
keep eye
example.
on that, to keep eye
Yeah.
on that robot, we need to be vigilant, or we need to just relax that it will do its job.
See, that is the thing. We need to be a precaution. So we need to take a precaution. Suppose I will give one example. Okay, for that I have shown one example of tomato and a chili. Suppose instead of means if I suppose we have 10 people and 7 people mention that the chair, whatever the teachers of
इन अट्रैक्शन लोकल्स के लिए भी है और जो टूरिस्ट है उनके लिए भी लोकल्स भी मतलब
hello. Okay, so suppose then if I give example again for a tomato and cherries. See, the 7 people has given input that the cherry is a bigger than tomato. Obviously, ChatGPT will throw that out because majority is the 7 members of us saying wrong things. It's not we can say wrong. It's their own choice. Okay, they are not. It's totally wrong even. So it will definitely because the technology don't know. He will judge or he will measure it takes the majority, and that is only the most danger things with technologies. They do not have the emotions, so it is really whenever we are developing or designing these things, we need to be care for that. And obviously here in the present means in a current research, all companies are focusing for the safety features of AI. You are correct only. So for that only, I before this I mentioned that whenever answer is come, we need to be cross verify for that. It is not always at 100% we rely or are sure that this answer is the correct one.
Hello, Imani.
Thank you
Imani,
so much, ma'am.
now
Yes,
please
sir.
conclude
Yes,
it.
sir.
Conclude it.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
All others, if they are having any questions, they can send on WhatsApp. We'll pass on to Sarita ma'am.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. What an amazing lecture. We are very grateful to be a part of this. You really explained everything in a very easy way. On behalf of Microbiology Society India, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Sarita ma'am, ME Computer Science, Data Engineer, Accenture Private Limited, Pune. Sincere thanks to Dr. A.M. Deshmukh sir, All India President, Microbiology Society India, for organizing this event. Finally, a huge thanks to all the participants. Thank you everyone.
Thank you. Was it?